Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home. Have you heard it? Jackpot Joey and the AFC North Cincinnati Bengals. Not to be a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 1,825 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, unfortunately, I am not live today, so I can't do super chats or anything like that. My apologies. I plan on being live tomorrow with Jeffrey Gunther's mother, Jennifer Gunther. She'll be joining me live at 5:30 tomorrow, but right now you have to deal with this recorded episode because today is Prince Ice, Sea Dog, my boy's 22nd birthday. So we are probably why you guys are watching this. I'm out eating with my family. Anyway, just some thoughts on the Bengals preseason up to this point. Left guard position is up for grabs, and how Jackpot's looking, and the two standouts for me. There's a couple standouts, but two I'm going to basically speak on in this video from the preseason game. But right now, let's get to the man, the myth, the legend. He is none other than Frank Pollock, and his thoughts on the offensive line and how Jackson Carman's doing, how Cordell Volson's doing. Let's get to Frank.
Game live bullets. Kind of like a few weeks ago, we had our first day at pads. Some guys kind of abandoned some technique and fundamentals because it was their first time to go live, full speed, all the way to finish. So which is typical first game stuff. Some good things and some things we got to continue to keep harping on and grinding on.
What are the most important qualities that you're looking for when you decide who the left guard's going to be?
Consistency.
What, the second half, Volson, what did you think of his first shot?
Rookie in his first game, you know, up and down. He plays hard, there's no question there, but he's got to be more of a technician, you know what I'm saying? Play faster with his hands and feet. Typical first game stuff.
Cordell getting the chance to rep with the ones, was that planned, or was that due to Jackson getting dinged, or just trying to evaluate him with the one group?
A little bit of both, a little bit of both. A little bit of both, so we're just evaluating everybody and still seeing who's the guy that's going to, you know, take that job.
When it comes to evaluating that, how important would it be to see Cordell against a first-team type of group to make a real decision? Would you need to see that?
Well, he's going against a first-team group every day in practice.
Yeah,
when he's with the ones.
Would that matter? Or
I mean, it's impossible to predict because a lot of teams don't play their guys. So that's just the nature of the new NFL with the way the preseason works out.
Do you put a lot of stock into preseason performance from offensive linemen?
I mean, yes and no. It depends. I think last year we had 0 sacks in the preseason. So you tell me. I've been 0-4 in the preseason as a player in this league and gone on to go to Super Bowls and whatnot. So that's really you're evaluating individuals, not collectively. It's a whole combination of all the above. But it's, yeah, you want to win. Yeah, you want to have success as a group and all that good stuff. But, you know, it's preseason's unique. Just leave it at that.
Everybody kind of goes, in this day and age, everybody goes nuts at any slightest move, personnel move. But this is kind of how far off of you from making it, from making a decision here. Today was just a day in the life, right?
Yeah, it's just Groundhog Day. We're just working. I don't know what the day is. It's just another day in camp. We're just working on our stuff, and I mean I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's the nature of today's reality TV. The NFL's become one big giant reality TV show. I guess that's good for the fans and for everyone involved in the league, for all the trimmings that come along with that. But at the same time, it's can be a huge distraction too. So
I mean, I guess the reality of this thing is it's a competition. I mean, it's not going to be decided.
No, everything's a competition. Absolutely, it's a competition. Every day is a competition. Those guys understand that. They were told that on a daily basis. They compete. Everything they do isn't being evaluated, and that's just the nature of the NFL. Every team's saying the same thing to all their young guys trying to earn jobs. So that's nothing unique to the Bengals.
I watched Lyle Collins. I know he wasn't practicing today, but he seemed to be giving Cordell Volson some pointers, talked to him for multiple minutes on this field and then after practice as well. How valuable is that to have veterans like that to help a rookie?
It's fantastic. I mean, LC's been doing that to all the guys. He's been with me for a few years, and he knows the things that we're trying to work on. He's a guy that's mastered a lot of those skill sets. So he's just always sharing information. It's fantastic to have veterans like that who want to work with guys and share. He's not selfish in that regard. He's a good leader in that regard. So it's absolutely valuable to have that guy.
Did he have a physical setback, or was today just a planned kind of day off as you kind of try to get him in, ramp him up, ramp him back a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it was planned, but, you know, you guys have to hit the trainers and the head coaches on as far as any more detail on those guys as health-wise. But he had a good work day the other day, and he'll have another one here in the next couple of days. So we're feeling good where he's at. Keep progressing.
He's almost exclusively played tackle recently. Do you still want to get a look at him at guard, or do you view him more as a tackle?
Yeah, right now he needs to get more time on task. He had a short week and had to play in the game because of Deontay's injury. So now we're just giving him some more opportunities to hone that craft. But he's a guy like everybody. You got to have multiple positions. So he played mainly guard last year. He's been tackle in the past year. He's got to be able to swing inside and out. That's his value to the team. That's what his role is going to be.
Big to see little scraps like late in drills after practice when everybody's sweating, everybody's tired and agitated. It looked like Spence and maybe Cochran got into it a little bit. Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, that tells me guys are competing. The guys care. That's what O-line, D-line do. They bang on each other all day. Get towards the end of camp, they're tired of banging on each other for a few weeks, and they get agitated and they're salty. They're competitors, and shit happens. It's just being able to be mentally tough, and then play the next play and let's go. And they can't let that escalate and be a distraction. I mean, that's been going on for what, 80 years, 90 years in the NFL. So
Big picture.
So yeah, Frank Pollock. You know, as happens. It's a great Frank Pollock quote. Well, that's not really a quote, but, you know, that's just Frank Pollock. He's pretty blunt, and he has a lot of good one-liners. Now, one thing I did think was interesting, they're talking about Cordell Volson. You know, he said they can't get a read on it because, you know, nobody plays their ones, which is true. And there's part of me that I'm like, I think Frank Pollock is tired of being the center of attention and having to do these press conferences and everything. But it is interesting that Jackson Carman was mostly with the twos yesterday, and Cordell Volson was with the ones. Now, I tried to find a video. I know Coach Minnick and I think Mike Santiago, Bengal Sands, tweeted this out of how basically Jackson Carman got pushed. I saw a video where Jackson Carman got pushed completely back into the backfield to almost up against the quarterback. I was watching it live. He did not look good, unfortunately. What does that mean? I don't know yet. I think it means the door's open for Cordell Volson. That's what my personal opinion is. We'll see. Cordell's going with the ones. We'll find out who starts this Saturday. It'll be very, very interesting to watch because we only got, 2 weeks? I mean, we got this week. Yeah, we got this week, next week, and then I think season starts. So, I mean, it's coming down to put up or shut up time. I mean, Jackson Carman has been given every opportunity to take this job, and he just hasn't stepped up yet. Now, I'm not saying Cordell Volson has. I don't know. We'll find out. But one thing I do like, and then James Rapine asked Frank Pollock about this, and this is awesome watching LC work with Cordell Volson, and this is invaluable stuff that these guys are willing to teach to each other. So I got a video. This is from Trags, Mike Petraglia, if I get my words right. Check this out. But this is LC working with Cordell Volson yesterday out on the practice field. So they're just working on different hand placements there, replacing your hand, pushing it up. It's just technique. This is what O-line play is. It's a lot of hand and foot placement and getting yourself in the right position. Now there's Dale's best friend, Clark Harris, just walked by. But this one part I like right here. I don't think that's legal. You can grab him, push him up under there. I think you showed him leverage. Basically, LC's pretty strong. He damn near picked him up. So anyway, it's pretty cool to see that, how LC is working with Cordell Volson. And Frank said that he's worked with a lot of the younger guys, which is good. And, that's what you want. You want these guys to help each other and get better. And it's all it's about is improving and pulling all on the same rope. All right. So I have not been able to make it to practice the last 2 days. And today they didn't have practice, at least not to the Pollock. I think they're probably inside the stadium doing walkthroughs or whatever, which means they're not even outside. So I couldn't even go on the bridge. There's nothing to see. But of course, the 2 days that I don't go, Jackpot is in pads and throwing bombs. I heard he threw a 67-yard bomb to somebody. From what I'm hearing, what I saw in the videos, he looks pretty good. He played 7-on-7. He didn't do 11-on-11 yet. That's still, maybe that'll happen Wednesday, maybe not. Now, I said that I thought he was trying to really ramp up and try to play in that practice versus the Rams. Well, he's a week ahead of what I thought. And from all indication, he looks pretty good. He's not, there's no way he's playing this week. I don't think. I think he's going to play at home versus the Rams in the last preseason game. It's going to be like it was last year, a couple snaps. I'm hoping, what I would like to see is just have the starters, all the starters out, first drive, go down, score touchdown, and you guys would take the rest of the night off and relax. That's what I'd like to see. They might not do that. I think he had 6 snaps, 3 snaps. I don't know. Something like that preseason, which we all know doesn't mean a hill of beans to Jackpot Joey Burrow, because he has yet to have a injury-free or a normal preseason yet. But now he's got the, appendectomy. Now, one thing that was interesting, and I was at the game, and I didn't know this until after I got out, that Jesse Bates was actually at the game. He was up in the suite. So he has a vested interest in this team. I still don't understand why he's not here. Because as far as I know, and maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, the Bengals cannot sign him. He cannot sign with the Bengals. Since he hasn't signed his contract or his franchise tag, the Bengals coaches can't even talk to him. So right now he's just in limbo. I'm sure he's working out, and all that stuff. But in my opinion, if he's not here by next week, I don't see how you can start him or the week of the first week of the game when they do all the installs for the first game of the season versus the Pittsburgh Squealers. If he's not here by then, how can you start him? And Dax Hill looking pretty good. I will say this, Dax Hill in the practices and in that game looked pretty darn good. Now, is he going to replace Jesse Bates? Is Dax Hill, the rookie, going to completely replace Jesse Bates and we all completely forget about him? No, he's a rookie. He's going to play like a rookie. He's going to have good games. He's going to have bad games. Now, in the future, could he replace Jesse Bates? Absolutely. I think he could. But that's also saying, in my opinion, I think Jesse Bates is also a top 5 safety in the league. I don't think he's 1. I think he's a top 5. I think the Bengals are willing to pay him top 5 money, which is what the franchise tag is. So this rolls back to, why is Jesse not here? What at this point, what point does this serve? What purpose does this serve of you not participating with your teammates? I mean, to be honest, if you're that worried about getting injured, I have a very bad feeling Jesse Bates is not going to have a good season, because that to me was a lot of the problem last year during the season. He was worried about his contract. He's even more worried about it now, so worried about it, he's not even showing up to camp. So how's he going to play? Jesse Bates balled out, played perfect, played awesome in the playoff run. Played great. If we get that Jesse Bates back, it'd be awesome. I just don't know what Jesse Bates we're going to get. And at this point, if we're going to get one, because he hasn't showed up yet. I don't know personally why he would leave $13 million on the table. Plus, since the Bengals technically, which is not technically, they can franchise tag him again next year. So unless the Bengals decide to let him go and not tag him next year, then he becomes a free agent, which he can hope that they would do. But they have every right to tag him again. And there's been multiple players who played on back-to-back franchise tags and then went and got their money in free agency. Maybe the Bengals do that. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I just don't understand why Jesse Bates is still not here. That is just frustrating, and I don't understand it. It just makes no sense to me why he's not here. But anyway, let's get to the standouts for me. The two biggest standouts in this game. I have a video of one of them. But first of all, Chris Evans. Chris Evans should have had 100 total all-purpose yards except too many freaking holding calls. Chris Evans. To me, he's your kick returner. I've been wanting him to be the kick returner since last year. He looked unbelievable as the kick returner. I'm not saying he won the job. In my opinion, he won the job, but my opinion doesn't count. I like him a lot there. I liked him a lot there last year. Trent Taylor. It's gonna be hard to get rid of him as your punt returner. I think they already released Puka Williams. I think Trent Taylor has a very good shot at being the punt returner. Now, the son of the wonderful lady I'm going to have on my show tomorrow, Jennifer Gunther, her son, Jeffrey Gunther, by the way, he has a great name, Jeffrey. That's Jeffrey's got to stick around. I think played extremely well for the Bengals. Now, here's a couple clips that Coach Minnick got. I got these off Twitter, but just check these out. I mean, bull rushed him right at the watch it again. Stunt, bam, right there. I mean, that's now preseason, we'll see. But that'll look pretty darn good. And he's looked pretty darn good in training camp. Here's another one for me from Coach Minnick. Right in the quarterback's face. I mean, he's like a man amongst boys. I mean, nobody's even touching him. I mean, it's if he can do that during the regular season, we might have found us something there. So, anyway, a lot of good stuff happening with the Bengals. I cannot wait. Practice is open tomorrow. I hopefully will be back down there. A couple quick things. Everybody keeps asking me about the Jackpot Joey beer. It will be coming out, as far as I know, September 11th, which is the first game of the season against the Pittsburgh Squealers. I know you're going to be able to get it at Brink Brewery, and there's going to be lots of different bars and restaurants around the city that are ordering it. I hope they have it, but I know at Brink they will have it, and we will have it down at the Jackpot Joey tailgate for everybody to taste test. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. We got a Jackpot Joey song now. That's the beginning of my show, and I'm going to end it with it too as well if you guys missed it. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I tweeted out if you guys can retweet it and get it out there as much as possible. Just for no reason other than it's Jackpot Joey song, and I think it's kind of cool. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, Jennifer Gunther and Jeffrey Gunther's mother will be on the show. I think it'd be an interesting thing. I've always wanted to have one of the players' moms on the show and just discuss what it's like, going to Pee Wee football, going to high school football, going to college, playing D1 and then getting drafted. And then, Jeffrey has got to make the team, but looking like he's pretty good shot at making it right now. And the stress, not only on the player, but on the mother, and just getting her perspective from it. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting interview. I hope you guys enjoy it. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!